What ho everyone, how's it going? This is Kill10Rats. Welcome back to Serpent in the Staglands. I decided to make another quick video about the game because I don't feel I've quite explored it, I don't know, sufficiently, even for a short series. We are back with our fallen god here, Nikolai, now calling himself Nico the Spicer, and I have made a few, discoveries about the game. To start with, there is a very lovely manual on the website and in the game menu that is rather illuminating. For instance, it shows you something about how this game handles proficiencies with weapons. You do not, in fact, actually seem to spend any points in them, but level them up by usage. So as we whack things and hit them, we should see this bar here going up because we're using an axe at the moment, and if we want to use anything else, we'll just have to equip the weapon and use it for a while, and then we will slowly gain proficiency with it. Another discovery is that there are no real resource points for spells, it seems, and the trade-off for spells as opposed to melee combat is that most of them seem to be channeled and take a significant amount of time to cast. So, there is no real spell spamming, but there's also no restriction, like for instance, there used to be in Baldur's Gate. If you had those memorization limits where you're essentially just limited to at the start like 2 or 3 spells a day, and then you have to rest again. This actually looks like it might go pretty bad, and I don't think they have seen us yet, because one thing this game also does is it doesn't really hesitate to kill you horribly. Actually, as far as the developers go and as far as the manual goes, the initial offer of... Oh, is that the one that ran away yesterday? I think so. The initial offer of creating more avatars to accompany your character is something you might want to partake of, because the manual sort of states, hey, if you don't do this, the game is going to be pretty hard. It's hard anyway, so, we're probably going to be a little on the gimped side here with this setup. The goblin didn't drop anything, did he? There is an item on the ground. Like if you hold down tab, it shows you all the items on the ground, which is very convenient. So you can, make looting a little easier. Right, so yeah, just keep in mind that if you do have the option to create yourself the avatars and you do find the game maybe a little frustrating at the beginning, maybe experiment, restart, create some avatars for yourself, and you should be a little better off. It's not to say that it's impossible with the initial companions that you get. I feel it's entirely viable for now, but I have a feeling that the first combat challenge or two, when it comes to not just randomly wandering off in search of goblins to slaughter, are going to be fairly difficult with this setup. Well, we'll take it. We'll also partake in some more barrel destruction, but we shall skip the chicken dialogue for the time being. Oh, there's a duck. There is a fox and a wolf. This is probably where we die. I'm gonna quick save, and I'm gonna head back a little. I'm gonna see if we can draw out one of them. Okay. What's going on? Oh dear. Something... Catalina is humping the scenery instead of messing with the fox. Oh, Wilhelm. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I wanted to do this. Oh god. Yeah. Wow. They are... Wait, is he channeling heals on Wilhelm even though Wilhelm is dead? That doesn't make any sense, you fool of a god. How about now? Edible heart. Well, I don't like that. I want my Wilhelm back, you know? It's my Wilhelm. Don't take my Wilhelm. But as far as the manual goes, by the way, just to mention it, there is a fairly large section about Vol, like the world here, that also illuminates some more of your character's background. For instance, one thing I found interesting about the... Hello? About the manual is that Nikolai, our god here, does not actually seem to know where that portal that allowed him to enter the world of man, where it came from. He did not create it. Apparently he spent a fair amount of time of his immortal existence on the moon, which is his dominion, and suddenly that portal just sort of appeared, which allowed him to visit the world of man and interact with humanity, which is, you know, an interesting revelation, considering that if it suddenly appears and suddenly disappears, that makes the implications a little less, you know, who took this away from us, but you know, it's not something we created, it's something that was provided in a sense, and we don't really know by whom. So yeah, that's a different kind of setup for the events. I am quite curious if we are going to find out who gave us this, you know, this portal in the first place and who took it away again. If it were one and the same, or if there is a difference in who the perpetrators are here. I find it quite a curious mystery. Okay, the wolf is mortally wounded. I think the settlers are helping us, which is fair. And, oh, they actually move to where the items are and then pick them up. That is very lovely. Right, so we have, you know, through the help of a pair of settlers, killed a vicious fox and a terrifying wolf. I'm not kidding, by the way. I think they would have kicked their ass. I'm even scared of the duck, really, in this kind of game. I mean, if I remember back to Baldur's Gate, just like be very afraid of the grass. It might just rise up and murder you in your sleep. Yeah, I'm quite curious where this is going to take us. I understand from looking into various, you know, forum posts and all sorts of other indicators for how long this game is, that it has the average content seemed to be around 30 hours of gameplay, maybe more, and definitely a lot of replay value when it comes to, you know, you being able to set up your character differently, to play Nikolai here as a more of a villainous type instead of a benevolent god. A flame-haired man in traveler's garb waves eagerly to you as you near the entrance of the courtyard. The hilt of a sword is only half covered below his cloak, but his face shows no sign of malice. Curious as to his insistence on speaking with you, we hail Quoth. Catalina steps forward, Nico steps forward. Hail Spicer, leaving the temple? Can I ask what business brought you there? Lumen Fort is always gracious to open its doors for traders. None of your concern, just passing through. It's always gracious to open its doors for traders. Yeah, let's go with that. I just happened to be traveling there myself from Lumen Tark. Good business, that festival. Indeed? Well, Erline undoubtedly ran his stocks dry. Might be in need of some mead or kefira if that's what you're peddling. The temple certainly takes care of its people, praise the Moon Lord. Thank you. Between you and me, I'm looking to speak with Erline. Is he at the temple now? Last I saw, what do you need with him? Yeah, we'll definitely not tell him that he's already left, because, you know, we never know who we're talking to here. Just some questions. You met with him? I did. Erlang conducts most of the temple's bartering with traders. I don't think he does he? I did not. I only saw him on my way out. I see. Thank you for the help, Spicer. Moonlord's blessings. Farewell. I do not trust you, Fane. I think you're villainous, nefarious, horrible, red-haired person. And I imply that you're out to get us. Yes, indeed, I do. So I guess we'll just follow the road and see. Yeah, this is the area transition, it seems. So we'll do a quick save. Hotkey is Q, and we gather our party and venture forth, as you do in these kinds of games. There is the obvious comparison, of course, with the old, I think, Infinity Engine games that comes up when you talk about this game and when you read the forums. There's also mentions of, you know, the Avernum games, which I think is fair. Although, you know, not that it counts for a hell of a lot, but I think this game is definitely somewhat better looking on a scale of 0 to 0 point something if you compare it to like modern graphics or whatever. And I don't want to bang on about this. This game looks absolutely adequately, you know, presentable, and it's not really the point. I mean, this harkens back to games that are just, you know, gorgeous in the way they present themselves in their story, and I think this is a worthy candidate to do exactly the same. All right, so, you know, let's give it the old reveal all the parts of the map once over. I'm just apprehensive of our first encounter with something actually vicious, and now that there are no settlers nearby. Seems to be a trader's wagon, and we can't just randomly smash the barrels anymore. I'm deeply saddened by this lack of wanton destructive ability. Where are we going here? Is this a... Huh. I can't stand the settlers here, says Catalina. They never know when to keep their mouths shut. Always greeting and nodding and smiling like a pack of lemmings. I'll do all the talking, fear not. Your company is always a delight. Alright, one thing. The NPCs, like, you can sort of make them not travel with you anymore because they're, you know, not wanting to go along with your quest anymore and whatnot. And this option that we saw to sort of subjugate their souls and use your divine powers, that is sort of turns the NPCs into sort of unwilling or like unconscious minions of your divine character here. So you can sort of disable their ability to have dialogue with you and think on their own. Yeah, but you know, why would you? I mean, it adds something to the game, I feel. Matches nods at you. How now? I'm a stranger to this town. What can you tell me? Nice place you have there. Nod and continue on. Let's be smile and nod and smile. Boriferous. It's also a bit of an Ultima vibe I'm getting from this somehow. What ho, stranger? Can I tempt you with my wares? Sure thing, let me take a look. Do you have any pokey things? You do, oh right. What does any of this cost? Because we are sort of a little understocked with armor and, you know, it's a little expensive. Straight edge is affordable. Oh, there's used and new. Mm-hmm. Well, let me just quickly figure out how would we... What can we do here? Is this our stuff? Okay, that's our stuff. The kitchen knife is worth exactly one of these, I think emeralds, are they? Hmm. What's this? The crest, oh that's our crest. One torch. Salted meat, incantation book. Just looking for something we might be able to sell him, but I somehow don't think so. A trap that can be set for 40. Well, 20 for... Okay, we have 10, so it's 20 emeralds we can get. Maybe interesting. Okay, so we can also swap his other tabs, and there's some range weaponry. Might be worth a look as well. What's this? This is helmets, and I think we're a little too poor for this so far. Yeah, I mean, I'm not averse to, say, giving him a Wilhelm another range weapon, but I think we're just a little too strapped for cash at the moment. But I like it that you have like a sort of a village to explore and interact with right away. Hello, child. The moon-faced child looks at you with dull eyes, and the dirt on its face and tunic tells of a long day in the fields. Leave the child be. Well, the first dose of medieval peasant realism. They're all working the children in the field, I suppose. Okay, interesting. Don't mind us. Appears to be locked or blocked by an unseen force. Okay, really don't mind us because we cannot go in here. Damn. An arbiter, that is, I suppose, our local town guard. Spicer. I'm bound for the road. Anything I should be wary of outside the gates? The eastern region around Lumentarg and Orv's Bridge has its share of pack animals. These beasts usually stay clear of towns and traveled roads, so I'd advise keeping to them. If you're traveling at night, bring a torch. It's a dark night at this time of year especially. Not and leave. Okay, we actually need the torches for illumination purposes. I mean, considering that's what they're there for, but it's nice that there's also a point to them. Okay. An innkeep. Hello. Any rumors you have, my good man? What does a traveler have to do to get a few hours of sleep? Pray excuse me, what's going on in town? Pretty quiet these days. When I was a lad, I remember hiding in the cellar when the natives were running through, but lately the most exciting events around here involve Andre flirting with all the wives in town. I see, glad to hear all is well. You may want to praise the moon god for that, you know? Be more pious. Maybe it helps me. I don't know. But, you know, just be pious. I command you, even though I'm incognito. I'm incognito. Son of Geed. And you are Geed? No, you're just son of Geed. Greetings, Spicer. Would you like to play the Gambling Barrels game? Only cost you 1 emerald. No, not now. And you are an alchemist. Greetings, you look like one refined in the arts of magic and lore. I might have something special to tempt a master such as yourself. I'm very refined, thank you for observing. I'll see what you have. Yes, flattery. Oh my god, flattery always works. A whip. Coin pouch. Roped leather armor. Oh, cool. There's some nice stuff here. 80 though, I mean. And this is an iron scepter. 5 pointed facets. So this is like a morning star? Yeah. I guess. Huh. You're another child. You're a settler. Yolanda. You have nothing. Oh, that's because there is an X when we mouse over. That I think that means you have nothing to say. Okay. Don't mind us. We're just doing the adventuring party thing, just randomly walking into buildings uninvited and pretending we own the place. I'm sure you're familiar with the type. But on the other hand, we are, of course, heroes to save the world. No, we're not, which is, you know, why I like this premise of the game so much, because we're not heroes out to save the world quite yet, even though the threat to the world might be revealed still, but for the moment we're just out to save our own ass, which is nice. I like a bit of selfishness in my character. It gives me some motivation and some easier sense of immersion with them somehow. Alright. Okay. What did we just do? Okay, so Lumen Courtyard, Lumen Targ. And this is... what is this? Is this just a calendar or a quadrant map of... yeah, this is Northern Spirelands, Western Trade Road to Taurasian Kingdoms, Eastern Pasauran Gardens. Huh. Wow, this has a lot of segments. Something of a hitch there. Sorry about that. Let's head back to Lumen Targ, because I wasn't quite done exploring it, but it's nice to see that we have this overland map to, you know, guide our travels. There's also a map coming with the game as a download entitlement in Good Old Games, probably with Steam as well. And there is a map on the site, I think. So, you know, there's a lot of detail been put into this. I mean, it really harkens back to these games where, you know, the manual actually had a point. But I think overall it's actually fairly intuitive. You could probably get by without reading the manual and just go by what you remember and go by what you know, because a lot of the game mechanics work similarly to what you should be used to. On the other hand, I mean, why wouldn't you? You know, it's really worth your time to just have a peek at the manual and just see what the background information is. I'm gonna do some more of that as well, because I'm quite interested, and I haven't had the greatest amount of time available at the moment, but over the weekend hopefully I'll be able to catch up a little. And there's also a bank holiday coming up for me, yay! In any case, I think, you know, not that we have made insane amounts of progress, but, you know, I just wanted to show you some more of the next area, some more of the design of the zones. We saw the map, we saw some of the, you know, the way the stats work, the way your skilling up can work potentially, and one final thing, I guess you can also, you know, hover over this spell and assign it a 1, and hover over this one and a 2. You can assign hotkeys for easier use during combat. Just figure I'd mention that quickly. So yeah, I'm still not entirely sure what to do with the game. I want to make some more videos on it. I may definitely want to finish it, but I'm not sure if I want to make a series out of it, because I may not have the time. But on the other hand, it might be entirely worth it. I'll give it a think. I'll upload some more in the next couple of days, I'm pretty sure, because I still want to, you know, proceed some more and maybe get into some hairier fights and find some better equipment, just to see what's coming and how the progression curve is at the start of the game, how quickly we level up, how quickly we gain XP, whether there are some random quests to be found, that sort of thing, just to see some more of it, just share it out there. I will get back to you on that. Thank you very much for watching for now, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye now.